one.
Okay, welcome to the zoning hearing board for April 5th, 2022. We have two items on the agenda tonight. We're going to first start off with the number 3 on the sheet, if you picked one up. And it's appeal number 22-1953, Scott Lenny. If you would like to approach Adam while they're coming up. Sit. Is there any exhibits you want to enter in?
Yes, we have the application as A1, the site plans as A2. There's an impervious surface breakdown and the stormwater management project volume controls that we will mark collectively as A3. B1, proof of publication, B2, proof of posting, and B3, notice to the neighbors.
Okay, it should be sworn in. Bill? Okay. Explain to the board what you'd like to do. Just try to get as close as you can to that.
Okay.
Everything's being recorded.
Basically to downsize and look forward to retirement. The way things are now, you don't really get to investigate when you're buying a new property. You either buy it or you walk away and somebody else buys it out from underneath you. So never even considering that there would be this issue, we figured when we bought the house, we could add on to the kitchen, add on to the dining room and the master bathroom, and the house would be perfect for us. Hired a contractor, applied for a permit, and we got this stepping stone. So in talking with the gentleman from your office here, he told us that a way to try and remedy the situation was to put in a stone pit for the water to run into. And he did some calculations for us. And I have no issue with doing that. And I would do it the same time as we built the addition. Once we're digging. And actually spoke to the neighbor to the left of the property. And I asked him, you know, if I did this, you know, the history of the house, where would be a good spot? Does water lay anywhere? He said, water rarely lays on the property, but if it does, it lays between my property and his, which is the left-hand side. So he thought, and I would have to agree with him just under the fact that he's been there, that we should put the retainage pit to the left-hand side on the property between his house and mine.
I'm sure our engineer will check all that out. I don't have any questions, but I'm sure my colleagues do. Go ahead.
I have one question here, and that's this plumbing riser diagram, which seems to show your roof lines being tied to your sanitary sewer. What's the very last sheet in your application? It doesn't make sense to me. So, because
Is it the vent going through the roof?
it says
It's
says
probably,
roof line. Is that your roof drains or is that just your vents?
it's probably the vent for
Okay.
because we're going to be relocating the shower.
Okay.
So the shower itself probably needs its own vent. It's probably
Okay.
too far away from the toilet.
All right. So not relevant to this application.
Okay.
Jim, I don't, the impervious surface calculations, are they accurate?
Yes, they are correct.
They don't show the actual location, and you just brought that up. Is that something you would get involved with, Jim, the actual location for that?
It will need to be shown on the building permit plan.
Mhm.
So you'll have to sketch that on your site plan. It will need to be a minimum of 5 feet away from the property line.
Okay. Now, if the gentleman recommended that we make one 5 feet by 6 feet by 3 feet deep. If I increase that, would that be an issue?
No,
I was thinking about going 4
Board
by
looks
8.
on it
Yeah.
very favorably.
You don't ever get
Because
that.
there's not a lot of space on that side of the house. I thought if it was 4 feet wide, it might be better. So I would just go longer to make up the difference.
the calculation that we have requires a certain volume of storage. So that could be in virtually any configuration that
Okay.
makes sense. 2 by 4 by 20, 4 by 3 by 8, any number that works to the magic number of 33 cubic feet of controlled volume.
Okay.
Anybody opposing or participating or any public comment? There is one. Okay. Now's the time. One. Yeah, he's coming. You gotta look at the guy behind the glass.
Kimberly's in the room now.
I'm
Hello.
sorry. Yes.
Hi. I live at number 5. I live on the downhill side. I'm sorry. I live at number 7. I'm downhill from number 5. And I had come into this meeting because I'm concerned about the drainage. There is a fair amount of water. That
Can you
does
hold on
send
a
back to
second?
the property.
First, you need to identify yourself completely and be sworn in. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Speak
My
up just a
name's Kimberly
little bit
Lohan.
louder.
My name's Kimberly Lohan. I live at 7 Shelley Lane, on the downhill side of number 5. And I am concerned about I don't
You
have
gotta
the
swear,
problem.
you gotta give him time to swear you in.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
All right. Go ahead.
okay. All right. I said I'm at number 7. I'm on the downhill side from number 5. And there is a water that does gather between the properties and flow through my property. And I just wanted to make sure there was going to be adequate drainage created to not increase what's happening between the two properties.
Well, he does show mitigation being installed in form of a seepage pit. Is that what he's doing? On the property to alleviate. In fact, it's even a little bit more than necessary. We haven't got the exact plan yet, but he's definitely adding or he's installing some mitigation to absorb the water there. If I can't guarantee everything, but at least bring it back to where it should be.
Okay.
The other thing that bears consideration is currently they're at 23.9% impervious surface, and they're going to be mitigated all the way back to 18%. No, it's
No,
not.
no.
What did I misread?
What will it be what will it be mitigated to?
23.9,
It'll-
Just the same with-
what it is.
So what it is now.
I apologize, I misspoke.
Do you understand that?
That you're going to adequately drain it. There'll be more than enough.
In the
Okay.
theory, yes,
mean-
he's going to add some type of mitigation, which will absorb that water before leaving his property back to where it is. So because of the addition, a little addition he's putting on increases the impervious surface. So he's going to mitigate back to where it was before the addition would go on. That's what he's doing. Correct, sir?
Okay. And
Yeah.
Okay,
There's not too much I
and
can
just-
do with anything else. I don't know exactly what happens on your property.
Okay, it seemed when a house on Tudor had built a large garage that it seemed like for whatever reason, more water was coming through, which I didn't understand because number 5 and number 7 are lower than the Tudor property. But just as long as we have not a greater volume of water, with
You
the
live
storms
next
that we
door to him?
have. Yes, I do.
And have you spoken to her? Can you?
We have not met.
All right, well, why don't you
I
guys
have-
meet? He's willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, no, that's great. I've been wanting to meet them. I just haven't been home much lately.
We don't live there yet.
Right, yeah, I was just gonna add that in.
Right.
Is there
Okay.
anything else?
No.
Okay, well, if you can reach out to her and you don't live there, but, and then again, put your location, work with Jim and on your plans. And you haven't gotten anywhere yet, but does anybody want to, is there any other comment, public comment? No more public comment? You guys have any other things? Okay, this moment in time, I'll ask for a motion.
Want me to?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's move that we will approve this
Number wise, to,
if, as long as he's back to where he is right now, and speaks with his neighbor.
yeah, we got to mention the appeal number in the beginning. So
I'm new.
I move to appeal number such and such, such.
I move that we approve appeal number 22-1953 as submitted, and that the neighbor is in agreement.
Well, with the township, it needs, the neighbor
Yeah.
really doesn't have nothing to do with it.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that,
Minimum township requirement,
back to the minimum
Yeah.
township requirement.
approved, okay. And you will reach out to the neighbor though.
Yes.
We like everybody to be as friendly as possible. Okay,
I'll second.
second, any discussion? There being no discussion, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Since nobody's opposed, motion carries. Go ahead. Please do what you said and get in contact with Jim. Talk to your neighbor. Make sure it's done as best you possibly can. More the better. If you want to do more, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Good luck on that. Yeah, thank you. Okay. We have another one today. You guys step up. This is appeal number 221954. It's Edward and Elba deck. And Adam, is there any
Exhibits.
exhibits? Thank you.
We got a few. Application is A1, site plans A2, impervious surface breakdown is A3. Proof of publication B1, proof of posting B2, and B3, notice to the neighbors.
Okay, go ahead, Bill.
Yes.
All right, tell us what you're looking for.
Okay,
Get close to the microphone as you can.
what I'd like to do is add a shed in the backyard.
And the driveway.
And I want to increase the driveway size.
Okay. I did look at your plan, but I have to say I'm a little confused on the impervious surface calculations.
Everybody is.
It's not uncommon, but it's not real common. But this is Jim, am I confused for nothing or help me out here?
Yeah, I did find some discrepancies in the calculations. And I went back further into our files and actually found another older permit that had some impervious surface calculations that matched a little bit closer with what I was coming up with. And I think I need to go over with the applicant what those numbers are to make sure we can get an accurate accounting of exactly what they're at existing and what they're proposing. I think they included some stuff in the right of way. They also had the lot size larger than it actually is based on the survey information that was in the file. And also I need to go over with them what they need to do for stormwater management so they could present to you how they're going to address that to your satisfaction.
Also, just as a question here, but looking at it, the shed location looks like it's definitely less than 10 feet from the line. Both directions.
Actually, it's 8 feet on each side.
Okay, that'd be another variance.
Oh, I thought it was 8 feet. Well, I can change that. I can move it up 10 feet.
Okay.
That's not a problem. I thought it was 8 feet.
10 is the requirement.
Oh, okay. Well, then I was reading something that wasn't correct.
The back quarter of the lot.
Yeah. I thought it was 8 feet. But the lot's
Yeah, I
on
can
an
see it,
angle,
yeah.
so to move it forward wouldn't be no problem. Actually, it would be better.
Well,
I mean, you have the right to ask for a variance for it. And I mean, I'm looking at it where it's placed on your lot and it, well, if there's no negative public comment, I would probably be not opposed to that variance. I can't speak for the other members of the board, but it's all the way buried at the back and doesn't appear to be adjacent to anybody else's living quarter.
No, there's
But
nobody
but it
there.
would require now.
It would require a variance application.
Let's not do that. Let's just do 10.
Yeah, we'll just do 10 feet.
However, though, those examples that Jim was talking about, is concerning, and we need something to be accurate. And he's not real comfortable with the numbers.
Yeah.
That's fine. Mike helped us a lot, like, because we came here. to
Mike,
get,
Mike here, Kirk?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. I
okay.
mean, he helped us a lot trying to get, I mean, the original plot that we had, he said you guys wouldn't be able to, that we were able to get wasn't very clear. So he helped us a great deal and he tried to come up with the percentages, et cetera. So he was a tremendous help and for us to try to file for the variant. So we would very much appreciate your help, James, in trying to do whatever we need to get the numbers right.
Right. And the other aspect of that is having stormwater management
Right,
part of the application
right.
for it to be considered by,
Right.
You can try applying without it, but it will not necessarily be viewed favorably by this board.
Sean, they don't show a location.
It's not even
Yeah.
proposed.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do, you don't show, we know you want to, but you have to show it.
Should we,
You have to show the stormwater
You have to show the numbers,
number.
what you're going to do to mitigate it back to what was existing. And then location.
More would be better.
More would be, yeah, always more would be better. And the location is not as critical, but there is some points that Jim could go over with you on it. Obviously, got somebody you're working with on this or no?
No.
Okay.
Do we want to like do?
Yeah, we're gonna have to continue this then.
Yeah,
We're
the
not
next
gonna be able to make
meeting.
any
Oh, I know.
decision.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate
Well,
that.
I didn't know all this, or
Yeah,
maybe
it's
I
okay.
was
Nobody
told,
does.
didn't realize it.
Yeah, we keep it a secret. Yeah. Are you back here for public comment? Oh, well, if there's no questions from the board, or is there?
You can have it.
Well, I mean, we need more information before.
Yeah, but I thought,
Yeah, but if
we don't want to hear,
he's-
even hear,
Yeah.
listen to him?
Yeah, if he's here, hear him and then.
Yeah, we could hear him though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, come on up, if you don't mind.
There's a microphone
Mike right
on
there
the
at the-
stand there. Make sure it's turned on.
Let's get in, be sworn in, give your name, full name, and be sworn in. Make sure it's on.
I'll go ahead and get sworn in.
Give your name.
My name's Jeff Shanks. I live at 2003 Yardley Road. I do. Yeah, so I looked at this application too.
Mhm.
I was notified in the mail. I've lived at my home for over 30 years. There's been accumulation of stormwater issues in the area over that time. As everyone knows, there's no stormwater sewer in the area, so everything's overland flow. The property in question, the drainage comes my way toward Yardley Road. It's fairly flat in that area, but I do have a considerable amount of drainage that comes my way. It goes over a road that's easement to our property. There's currently pooling at the northwest corner of Townsend and East School Lane, and there's substantial ponding at the southwest corner of East School Lane and Yardley Road. So, I'm not opposed to what they want to do, but I'm looking for mitigation to get it back to 18%.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it.
No, I don't blame you.
So I don't know how you do it. Now, a couple of recommendations I might have, and obviously you're going to have to continue this and have some consideration, but there's such thing as turf stone permeable pavers. I'm familiar with, there is such thing as permeable pavement,
Yeah.
and that's commonly used. So there are some alternatives. In addition to that is
as the folks discussed earlier, you can develop a dry well. I mean, maybe you bring some of the drainage off the roof into a dry well.
Very commonly done.
So, I mean, and you guys are the experts, so those are all kind of things to consider. But again, I'm not opposed to the development, just so that it doesn't, you know, create more of a problem for us.
Absolutely.
As far as the neighbors are concerned.
Well, thank you very much.
You bet.
Any
Thank
questions for
you.
this guy?
No, I don't have any questions for him, but I have one more question for Jim here now that we just had this discussion.
Thank you.
That shed location would be along Townsend Road. Is there any restrictions created by that?
Well, this road has two frontages, and due to its pie shape, it actually meets the fourth of the lot furthest removed from the road, even though it's right up on the road.
Okay.
It's an oddball.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody?
So are you
Hold
two?
on, there's another public comment. There's
More
more.
public comment.
More public.
Mhm. There she is. Hello.
Hi, yes.
Well,
My name
introduce
is,
yourself and be sworn in.
okay, my name is Lynn Rich. I live at 4 Townsend Road. And I can't hear
Hold on, he's going
anything.
to swear you in.
Ma'am,
Okay,
do you solemnly swear the testimony that they give will be the truth, so help you God?
yes.
All right, go ahead.
My concern was also the water because it does pool in my front yard. My front yard comes right, well, Townsend Road, as you know. And this is a very odd lot that they have. And I was concerned with a shed that they wanted to put back there that says it's 10 foot by 14 feet, which I thought was rather large and would take up a large space. And I would get even more water into my front yard, and it pools out there. So that was my main concern, other than the fact that I didn't know how tall this shed would be. I know they just put a new fence up, and I thought it would kind of be unsightly in the neighborhood, but that was just an aesthetic reason. But I am concerned about the water. I know right at the corner of Townsend and East School, whenever it rains, it's terrible. And then out on Yardley Road in Townsend, it's more than a puddle. It's like a pond. So I am concerned about that.
Okay, well, he's going to do some mitigation to bring it back to where it is now, at least. We just don't know exactly what it is yet. Right? So we don't know, but yes, I understand your concerns. The height of the shed, I'm sure, is not going to be 15 feet high.
Well, according to this, it says it's 10 by 14, so I don't know. That's
Well,
rather long.
that's what you're, how high is it?
10 foot.
Say it in like
10 foot.
10 feet. It's 10 foot high.
That's a large shed for that area.
Well, I have a picture of it. It's not, I'm not making it. I bought it. It's being delivered. So it's not an eyesore. It looks like a house.
And actually, if he moves it to the distance back, there's no variance required. So it's not a subject for this board if he puts it at the right distance.
You understand what he's saying? If he brings it forward towards the house, he doesn't even have to bring that up.
Is that where it's going to be located, close to his house? Because there is a pool back there.
Well, he can bring it up as long as he's in the back quarter of the lot and he stays at least 10 feet away from the property lines. That's allowed.
Okay.
He does have to deal with the impervious surface, the area he's going to
Right.
cover with the shed. That he's going to do. We don't know what it is yet, but he has to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
10
important.
foot high is not that high. I think my shed's 10 foot high. But I understand. Nobody wants to look at anything.
Yeah.
It's tough. Is there anything else?
No, not at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be continued, so you might want to either come
I
back in
will.
on the next, yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Is there any more public comment? No more? You guys got any questions?
About how much time do you think it's going to take to get this put back together, the question answered and resubmit on this?
Well, I'm hoping in 2 weeks.
Like, could
I want to meet with Jim and he's going to explain it to me.
My only concern with 2 weeks is if we're going to have to re-advertise it depending on the numbers being dramatically off.
I will check to see what the numbers are. In a perfect world, your numbers are pretty close and we don't need to re-advertise. But if we need to re-advertise, then it would be the first meeting in May. Whatever it is, we can turn this around fairly quickly, as quickly as we can.
So we still have to pick a date now, don't we, for the continuance?
We have an agenda for early May or for the first meeting in May?
What's on the 19th? Because
Well, no,
get
that's
it
what,
done on the 19th, and they can always push it if we have to re-advertise, right?
You want to go for the 19th this month?
yeah, I mean, if there's no, if
What's
there's
on the
no-
agenda?
No issue.
If there's no advertising needed, then we can do it in 2 weeks. Yes.
And if there is,
Give it a shot?
you guys can always
Yes.
make the decision and just push it to the next.
Yeah.
Or do
Okay.
we need, or do we need?
So you can push it to the next meeting later this month. But ahead of time, Jim will know if there needs to be a re-advertisement. And so we can re-advertise it, and then at the 19th, we'll continue it formally to the May meeting. And that
Understand what you're
way,
saying?
assuming there is no continuance
Yes.
needed, they can get it done 2 weeks earlier.
Let's go with the 19th.
Yeah, and just so you know, the next several agendas are going to be fairly heavy. We have a cell tower application coming in and a few others that will take some time. Although one of the applications, Bucks County Smiles, was withdrawn.
That was
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not for this one.
All right, make a motion to continue appeal 22-1954 to April 19th.
Second.
There's a second. Any discussion? There's no discussion. I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of the continuance to the April 19th meeting, say aye.
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 All those opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting is continued. Good luck.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, folks, just so you're clear, if you want a variance on that shed, you would have to re-advertise. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I would say too.
Thank you. Thank you.
And come back. Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate you showing up. You're gonna play some pack, yeah. I wonder where it's at.
Wasn't the one going to go outside tractors? or-
There was one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how many fucking cell phones do I need?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'm sorry.
Second.
Is there a second? To close?
Second.
Okay, it's being a second. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of closing the meeting, say aye. Aye. As opposed, none. Meeting is closed. Thank you very much.